Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday. Thank you for waiting. My goodness, there's always NFL news. Well, clearly, Brian Branch going to IR, the elevations, and Alex Anzalone got fined. So we're going to have that story up. Welcome to the latest Lone Wolves podcast. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon. Thanks for your patience. Just going to talk over the next hour or so, talking about the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. Do you guys believe? Do you believe in fairy tales? Do you believe the Lions going out to Hollywood that they can get the victory over the Los Angeles Rams? As the hours count down, the more and more I believe it's going to be a competitive game, but this will be the truest, toughest test on the Lions schedule so far. The Rams, when you look at it, my goodness, look, we all know about my feelings on Matthew Stafford, how this football team really now has to go up against a quarterback really playing at a high level. But if these players can succeed, if the defensive line can get after it, if they can make Matthew Stafford look like the statue old quarterback that he can look like, then there's an opportunity to get this W. I really believe it. I think as we go along, there's more and more reasons you can make the case the Lions offense can go toe-to-toe with the Los Angeles Rams. The key is going to be, can this defense, with the injuries to the safeties, can they hold up? What do you guys think? The early 100 people in here, thank you so much. Steve Shamenti, Anakin, it's Jay Stees. Always good to you. Always good to see you, Doughboy Steve. Hascolio, what up, Doc? It's a good day. It's a Saturday. You get a chance to talk a little football. What do you guys think? What's your confidence level in the Lions being able to defeat the Los Angeles Rams? 83 to 84% of NFL experts are picking the Rams. They're picking the Rams. So it is really Detroit versus everybody. Not a lot of people. The NFL Live panel is picking the Rams. Most NFL experts, most pundits, probably most beat writers are going to pick the Rams. But it's a desperation mode, and it's Goff versus Stafford, Lions defense versus an offensive line that I think they can get after, but an offense that features some great weapons. And my goodness, when you look at the numbers, when you do a deep dive, my goodness, is Matthew Stafford playing well against pressure? Is he playing well is an understatement. He's excelling. Shout out to you, Steve. What do you guys think? It's the biggest contest, and here we go. This is a game in which if you lose, it sinks your playoff chances a little bit more. But if you win, it increases it well to about 60%. That's how important this game is, because you know that the teams above you are very good teams. You can't really count on a bunch of losses, but there could be one. You know, the Bears could continue to lose. If the Packers sweep them, that helps the Lions, because the Lions do end up playing the Chicago Bears. But, you know, for the Detroit Lions, everything tends to be rough at times. You know how it is. Counting on everybody to lose, you know, you're going to count on the 49ers, Seahawks. Teams above you have to help you out a little bit, and that hasn't been something that's gone on quite a bit. You know what I mean? It's like, win. The doctor's in session, Broder. What do you think is happening this week? I know you're optimistic on the optimistic side. I'm looking forward to your show tomorrow morning, hopefully. But I do think that the Lions have a good chance in this, being that they do feature one of the best running backs in the league, Jahmyr Gibbs. You have to have an opportunity to maximize his skills. It's going to be tough. You know, Kobe Turner, it's going to be super tough to deal with Jared Verse. Everybody wants to know, Broder. Hope it's going well. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for peeking in. I think the Lions have a chance. But, you know, you got to play playoff caliber football. No mistakes. Like Dan Campbell said, he was asked earlier this week, why haven't the Lions, first and foremost, we're going to start with the fact that the Lions, based on the last 2 months, it's gone win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Well, that indicates this week is a loss. You know, but let's just go a little bit deeper than that. Dan Campbell was asked, why has it gone like that? That's a little bit unusual for a team to kind of go like that over the course of 2 months. Well, clearly some mistakes. false starts along the offensive line, not playing crisp, not being able to execute on fourth down. One thing that John Morton said this week that's going to be key is they want to get ahead of the sticks and they want to get first downs before they reach third down. They want to play quote unquote CFL football, meaning first down, get 5 or 6 yards, second down, get 5 or 6 yards, keep the chain moving. Don't have to put yourself in those pressure situations. Well, how do you avoid that? No pre-snap penalties, no procedural type stuff, no false starts. If Miles Frazier gets an opportunity, he's got to clean it up, make sure that he doesn't put the team in any kind of bind. You got to play a great game against this Los Angeles Rams team because it would lend to believe that the Rams are going to score quite a bit. This is a 1st to 35 kind of game. We'll give her a shout out. Man, thanks so much for asking. It's going well. Broder's pregnancy is going well. She's sitting right next to me, actually, and says, hey, how are you doing, man? Hope the pregnancy is going well. You couldn't pick better than Broder? Just kidding. Just kidding. Broder went to Michigan, so make sure. Listen, Broder, quick challenge. Slide the phone over and let her see your DMs. Hey, I got to say, all these Michigan men, I don't know what they believe in, and their DM rules are a little bit skewed. They're a little bit skewed based on the rules here. So slide that phone over and pass the test. Let her read your DMs, see what's in there. And then the family will be blessed to the max. Broder's like, God darn you, Doc. The 899 numbers, disregard what has been sent from those numbers. Everything else should be on the up and up. But no, in all honesty, God bless you guys. Hope it's a very beautiful delivery in the coming months. Can't wait to hear. Broder's going to be an amazing dad, stellar dad, great moral compass, great dad, playing catch, and going to all the games needed. It's going to be a fun time. Catch up on your sleep. Catch up on your sleep. Oh, my goodness. You know what's great, too, is that, the Rams, typically aren't known for a team to have the great home field advantage. There should be enough Lions fans to make noise. But look, the Rams are a good team, man. Listen, this is a formidable foe. You have to have respect. Clearly, we always have hyperbole about Stafford, and we joke around. But I do think that the Lions can get pressure on Matthew Stafford. You got to get him off his spot. Now, it's a delicate balance, right? Because you guys are smart. You guys are very smart. You guys say, hey, if you blitz Matthew Stafford, he's got like 25 touchdowns and no picks, one pick. His numbers against pressure and blitzes is sick. He's just reading the ball quickly and getting after it. Do you guys trust the Lions being able to handle the 13 personnel of the Rams? Here's the thing that you guys are noticing. Everybody's talking about it. The 13 personnel of the Rams. Their 3 tight ends and their ability to get after it. They are able to, like the Lions, run different plays off of those 13 personnel sets. They can do so much. It's crazy what these Rams can do. And Calvin Shepard was absolutely, and Dan Campbell, complimentary of the Rams. They do a lot of good things well. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum. Blake Corum, LLC, doing his thing. He is just unbelievable. When people say, what's great with the Rams, you just realize Sean McVay is an offensive wizard, and he's able to do a lot of different things. 13 personnel is crazy. What do you guys think? Can the Lions handle Sean McVay's offense? What do you guys think? A lot of teams can't run 13 personnel. Terrence Ferguson, Davis Allen, Tyler Higbee, Colby Parkinson. Just unbelievable use of the skills position that they have over there with the Rams. It's unbelievable to watch, but they can do a lot of different things out of it. Mishanuga, we need everyone to get home. Phil C's not so confident. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. First and foremost, that 13 personnel is crazy. It's just crazy to watch on film. Hassanin, great deal. He's like, I'm tuning in on X. We got 250 people early, 2 platforms, X and YouTube. Hopefully it's a good viewing experience on X too. Oh yeah, like I said, smash the like button. Like the stream. That's how we keep growing over the course of an hour. It's always great to check in with you. Hopefully the weekend is going well. Lions Rams, what do you think? It's a big contest. Big playoff. It's like a playoff game. Steve is looking like he's read my banners. Heavy lake snow effect here. Yeah, I didn't go out to LA. I was like, you know what? If I ended up going in that warm weather, I probably would end up staying there. Doc, the best man, and John we trust. That's right. Your friendly, trusted podcaster. Broder says, does this mean we really need the defensive line to get home and get sacks versus the pressure and sacks coming from the linebackers? Very interesting. What you can't do is, with this team, Broder, you can't blitz Matthew Stafford. You can't blitz Matthew Stafford. Don't do it. Don't even bother. You got to win. Meaning, front 4. Hutch, Reader, Ali McNeil, Al-Quadin Muhammad. You got to win straight up. You blitz Matthew Stafford and you mess up, forget it. It's lethal. It's the best in the business. Better than Goff. It's tough, because everybody has that natural inclination to bring the pressure that way. You got to win your battles, I think. And Broder, look at it like this: Amik, DJ Reed, and 2 new safeties. You have a veteran, Avonte Maddox, maybe Daniel Thomas back there. You're going to put them in a bind. You want more. You want more. You want more players dropping back. Do you agree with that? How do you see it? Defensively, I think that you got to be able to front 4 linebackers in coverage. You got to win. It's Jay Stees. Bracket Devontae and put Rock on Puka. Could be a strategy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Steve, you're funny. I am whatever you say I am. It's always interesting when people use labels. They want to put labels. It's really funny because people would ask me, really, in the end, I wear the Detroit Sports Podcast hat. And in the end, the best way to describe it is I'm the real word, the professional word is I'm a multimedia journalist. Multimedia. I can do video. I can do podcasts. I can bring reports. I can bring insider news. I can bring opinions. So here's what I'm going to do. I kind of wanted to keep everything simple for everybody and say, well, I'm not a journalist. I'm not a reporter. But I guess here's how we can rephrase it today on Saturday. I'm a reporter. I'm an NFL insider. I'm a podcaster. I'm a columnist. I'm a writer. I'm a reporter. I'm an alarmist. I'm everything. But everybody wants to put everybody in a box. Mental health expert. But look, when you watch this, would you really want to put this fellow in a box? You're a reporter. You're you're an NFL analyst. It's funny because pick a day, I'll use a different term. But here in the chat, in this chat family, the word that brings me the most value, you guys know, is podcaster. That's what I really want to be. I'm a podcaster, and that's not a dirty word. I use my words to explain my reports. It's not dirty. Actually, I feel better being called a podcaster. I feel better. That's what I started. Don't forget psychologist. There's a lot of words there too. Therapist, life coach, what advisor. There's no label. It's just doc. You're talking to your friendly doc. And whatever label you want to view me as, shout out to whatever you want to be. Mishanuga, best coverage of training camp I saw. What did you like? And that means a lot, man. Thank you. Mishanuga, thank you for the thank you humbly for the super chat. You're the best. End of story. Man, that's really nice, guys. Super chats are open. Get your comments read on the air. Thank you. I just am me. That's what I am. I'm just all I wanted to ever be was in the mix. Maybe some days you feel like you want to be the best, but I'm just in the mix. I'm just a guy that covers the Detroit Lions, and I do podcasts. And now I like doing video podcasts. I was pressured into it. Broder, Booner, Hefe, Adam, y'all pressured me, and I'm like a sucker. I knew once, I could do this every day. I love it. And then the best is what people say, this is what you're not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have no attachment to labels other than as a podcaster. And this is my favorite comment. Tara Lockwood is like, yes, I finally get to catch it live. Typically, here's the rule. I'm Middle Eastern. So if I say, I tried today to give I was like 4:15, 4:30, and then there was news that broke. I had to get that assigned. Like, oh, Alex got fined. So give me like a 30-minute window. You know what I mean? If you don't see it, like, okay, he said 4:30. Typically, that means, okay, the end date plus 30. That's the Middle Eastern rule. So if I say 4:30, it could mean anywhere from 4:30 to 5. I can't lock it down because I am truly busy. But I try. That's why I on X, I typically say, well, it's going to be maybe 4:15, maybe 4:30, which really means 5-ish. So have patience with your friendly Middle Eastern podcaster. The news cycle just never stops in the NFL, truly. I love it. Thank you, Tara. What do you think about the game? What's going to happen? How the hell are the Lions defense going to stop the Rams? How the hell are they going to get Matthew Stafford off the field? Reversion to the mean. Doc, Lions are winning this game. The positive fans will rejoice, and the negative fans will put their cloud over the next gem. I love it. I think I got a good feeling. It could be down to the final possession, back and forth. Evan, you know it. I think if Hutch wins, we will win. All right. You guys asked for it, and I had it ready. This was a pre-planned banner. You guys are like, what are the keys to the victory, Doc? Here's the key. Stafford must throw 1 or 2 picks. You got to get those turnovers. And Stafford will feed you turnovers. I got a feeling. I put it out there. Listen, you guys know me. I'm your friendly neighborhood podcaster who is not a fan of Matthew Stafford. Stafford will help the Lions win. He will throw the football to Amik Robertson, to Jack Campbell. I predicted on Crunch Time Sports that the Lions are going to get those turnovers. Dan Campbell said, I got a feeling they come in bunches. So if Dan says it, if he manifests it, the turnovers are coming in bunches. And how are they coming in bunches? Who's the turnover machine? Matthew Stafford. He ain't seen a defense like the Lions. They're going to be opportunistic. Key, Stafford's got to turn the ball over. Hell, if you can punch the ball out from Blake Corum, LLC, no problem. Maybe he's feeling down, distracted. He'll just delete any issues. He'll delete them away. I'm glad to see that, Blake Corum doesn't have to go into the vacuum business right away. Supposedly, allegedly. Supposedly, allegedly. Blake Corum out west doing his thing. 1. 2. Jahmyr Gibbs has to take this game over. This is a Gibbs game. This team goes as Jahmyr Gibbs goes on offense, guys. Amon-Ra, J-Mo, they can set things up, but you got to establish Jahmyr Gibbs. That is premier. He's the best player, maybe even in the NFC when he gets going. Jahmyr Gibbs is a $20 million a year running back, and you're looking at him. Reversion to the mean. The 3 picks will be Barnes, Yasin, and Salone. Nice. Mishanuga, thank you for the continued support. $1.99 super chat. Do we finally get right and actually peak? Do they play their best game? Yes. I feel like primetime game for 425. They're going to be right there. They had all their preparation. They know about Matthew Stafford. They know about the Rams. This is a common opponent. This is like a division opponent. This is like their 4th time playing them. This will be spectacular. Get the W. Think about it. I feel like there's going to be, if you can avoid those silly mistakes, those silly procedural type stuff, shifting penalties, not setting up properly. If you can clean that up, which Dan Campbell's been saying over time, if they can clean that up and actually play a clean game, this is a game the Lions can compete in. The Lions can compete with anybody. The issue is going to be, in my opinion, okay, you need the turnovers. Key number 2 is obviously you need Jahmyr Gibbs to shine. Key number 3. 1 is get some turnovers. 2, Jahmyr Gibbs. 3, Amik and DJ Reed have to win some of those battles against Puka and Devontae Adams. Puka Nacua is legit out of this world with his ability to get those contested balls. I think that it's going to be tough because you feature this game really, I think, could get in the 30s pretty fast. You got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum. Wow. And the Lions got J-Mo, Amon-Ra, Gibbs, and Montgomery. Wow. It's just the matchups are so beautiful to look at across the board. Who is going to step up in that secondary? You're paying DJ Reed $16 million, so he's got to step it up. Amik Robertson, I think, has to be offended at how he's played the last couple weeks. Key number 3. Who steps up in the cornerback room? Who steps up? Do you trust Amik and DJ Reed? Who wins? Who wins determines. But guess what, guys? There's a secret. You may know it, you may have read it, but if you drop a super chat, I'll tell you. The Lions potentially have a secret weapon. And I'll tell you why. At some point, if you want a super chat, I'll tell you what it is. Mishanuga, $1.99. Don't forget about TK85 and the returns. Absolutely. Feels like, is a secret weapon Dan Skipper? Oh, hey, it's Jessica. Oh, hey. This could easily be a 37-35 game. Great to see you in the chat. Nope. Unfortunately, Ahmed did not get called up yet. He's still grinding, practicing. Unfortunately, we'll see. I might ask Dan that in the coming days. Does Ahmed have a real chance to get called up in the last couple of weeks? But he's still practicing. There's a numbers game. He's got to overcome. Al-Quddin Muhammad, who's thriving. He's got to overcome Marcus Davenport. The team also still has Wingo. Yep. The elevations have come out. It's on our site. They elevated Eric Hallett, who might be also a candidate. It could be Hallett and Avonte Maddox. And as Ahmed's dad says, Ahmed will not play this week, waiting to move him to the active roster. He is healthy and hungry and ready to go. It's the coach's decision. But you know, Mr. Mahdi, you know the secret. If you get the good news, you don't have to type it, the Egyptian flag in the comments. I'll find it. Then we'll know. Just drop a couple Egyptian flags. Maybe give me 3 or 4. Like, just pick a comment, pick any video. When you hear the good news, if you hear it, just drop a couple flags in the comments. We'll know the code. Let us know. If you want to know some confidence in what the Lions defense can do, drop a super chat. I'll tell you. What do you guys think? Do you trust Amik, and do you trust DJ Reed? It's tough. Very tough. But like you said, Gibbs, you got to be able to get turnovers from Matthew Stafford. You got to have somebody step up from the secondary. And 4, my other key, you got to have Hutchinson take over this game. Hutch, the bat signal's out from the doc. Your friendly doc is putting out the bat signal. Take over this game. Win. Win your battle. Win. I put a short out there on YouTube. You can see it. If you agree with me that Hutch is the key, hit the like button. Hutch is key. This is a Hutch game. Oh, yeah, Mishanuga. And since you dropped 2 in a row, I will tell you the secret. Mishanuga, maybe you can even, if you like it, you can drop another one. Thank you for not just reading super chats. No, man, I've never felt like, hey, you have to pay to get your stuff read. It's really, I look at it like a tip. I look at it like a duality. It's like you're tipping me, but at the same token, I'll reward that to read it. But no, everybody has input. That's what I love. I come here just to kind of get a pulse of what people are thinking and to interact with the fans, the supporters. That's what I've always been about. It's not you have to pay to get your stuff read. That would be crazy. Christian T put out the article. If you want to know, man, Alex, right around Christmas is lighter in the wallet. You want to know how much? It's in the story. But here's the thing, guys. Amik played against Davante Adams, knows all his moves. When they were at the Raiders, Amik credited Davante for helping him get to be a better cornerback. They battled. And Davante was generous with, hey, when Davante would make a move, Amik would say, what'd you think about this? What'd you think about that? And Amik Robertson picked the brain of one of the game's great wide receivers. So Amik can tell all the cornerbacks, here's what Davante likes. Here's what his moves are. Here's what he can do. That's an asset. That is a pure asset. Looks like online people are a little bit mad that Cowboys tight end Brevin Spanford was not fined for shoving Jacob Saylor's face into the ground, but Alex Anzalone got fined. That's how it goes, right? What do you guys expect? Everybody wants to look at the Lions because the coach of the Lions said, hey, we're kneecap biters. So it's easy pickings. But they didn't find the Cowboys. Great. Oh, Steve is like, Devontae cooked him then, and it will now. So you're not confident. Yeah, he has. He has in the past couple weeks bit a little bit and been aggressive. You're right. Man, Mishanuga, thank you so much. What do you like about this? Why do you keep giving the super chats? I really appreciate it. I'm humbled. First live show, Doc. You're a true G, keeping it real. I think that's what you like. Is that somebody that just speaks his mind, tries his best to bring you as much insider coverage as humanly possible and relatable. If you just check the comments, check when you see a comment on a video, what do you see right after it? You see a response from me. I dedicate time to support and talk to the people that support me. That's how I got here. That was the secret. People are like, what's the secret to your success? The secret to success was building an audience over 6 years. And then it just keeps growing. Yeah, you're going to have some growing haters. You're going to have the people that are jealous, that don't understand, the fanboys that are like, why would you challenge Dan Campbell? But at the same token, the blessing was the true fans understood. He's doing his job. He's not there to promote and to get propaganda from the Lions. He's there to ask questions that are relevant and wondering why some things are done that could be different. That's it. And also, too, who is willing to challenge Dan Campbell when the whole world, when all the fans are like, man, why would you do that? What do you mean, why would I do that? Because in the end, these are questions that I have. And some people just can't understand that. They just want to go in there and kiss the Lion's ass. That's not me. And like I said, the lucky part about me is the grit that I've developed. I got thick skin. I can take the whole world hating me. I know I got at least 5 people that like me. I think Mishanuga is a fan. I really appreciate you, man. What do you like about this? What do you like about catching the live show? I think it's just like the general banter, just interacting with people, not going 20 minutes and not acknowledging the chat. That's so important. That's all. See? I got the pre-snap motion back in the offense. Just to talk about that real fast, man. They were like, man, Doc, you gave John Morton 1 game and you were criticizing him? I sure did. I gave him 60 minutes. I gave him all of 60 minutes. And just look how the local media is like, why are we talking about Tanner Engstrand? I'm like, what do you mean? Why not? We talk about everything. And guys, too, remember, it wasn't really why are you not using pre-snap motions? It was really a broad question. It was, is it feasible to kind of copy your offense last year? John Morton should have said, hell yeah. You know what? That Doc is smart. I should just copy the offense. I don't know what the hell they were doing against the Packers. But in the end, John Morton lost his play calling. It wasn't exotic. So I wanted the pre-snap motions back, baby. Exactly. Doc got MCD. I helped the Lions. See? I helped MCDC realize, wow, this doesn't look like 2024. I wasn't reacting at all, Steve. You were wrong. I wasn't overreacting. Remember, it's a question. And again, this is where people misconstrue things. I wasn't reacting at all. I wasn't reacting. It's a question. The question was, Dan, in 2024, your offense was pretty historic. Like, it was top of the line, greatest of the great things you're going to see on offense. Is it feasible that you can run the same offense as last year without having to make so many major changes? And he said, what were the changes? And then I just started rattling off all the changes. There wasn't a lot of pre-snap motion against the Packers. Jared on the radio had said they changed up the communication. I should have brought that point up, but I like the pre-snap motion line. So I said pre-snap motion, the offense wasn't explosive. It didn't look creative. It didn't look great. And he got hung up on the one thing. But in the end, The offense wasn't good enough. It was nowhere near what it was last year. That's why Dan Campbell took over the play calling. Because guess what? Now it starts to look like that. Amon-Ra's involved. Gibbs is involved. J-Mo's involved. So there was no reaction. It was like, is it possible? And the answer is sort of. When you have the foundation of an offense, it is possible when you have the talent. Remember, Dan Campbell taught Ben Johnson. It is possible. But if you don't call the plays right, you get the lulls against good opponents. $4.99 super chat. You are such a cute little Lebanese guy. Thank you, guys. You guys are fun tonight. I appreciate it. And that's what I love about Steve. Steve, I appreciate your manner in which you have your opinions too. X the Trim Reaper. You know your stuff, man. Thank you. I try. I just read everything and I'm there and I try to go to as many media sessions as humanly possible. And this is, Mishanuga, I'm glad, it was meant to be today. Been watching a while, just never have caught a live show. You're just genuinely a good reporter. LOL. And a good person. Sometimes. Mishanuga, appreciate you. Where are you listening from? Roll call. Where are you guys listening from? We got about 25 minutes maybe. Maybe it'll go a little bit longer because you guys are great. The chat is always great. We got 400 people in here. Smash the like button. I'm a good reporter, a good podcaster, a good analyst, a good insider, a good columnist. Xavier, shout out to you. Rockyson's been having a pretty great year. Absolutely. He's got to be involved too. Get in the mix. He's going to make some plays. Roll call. Where are you guys listening from? Xavier from Chicago. Phil, Traverse City. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the comments, the likes, the growing channel. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. I'm shocked. Mishanuga, $4.99. Appreciate all your 5-6 super chats. Listen, appreciate it. Now, if you want to also, keep it going, maybe gift a couple people some memberships. That's really sweet. Some listeners can become members. We got almost 100 members because some great Lions fans have supported the cause. Get a tabbouleh on the chat. Next one, I'll eat some tabbouleh. I'll bring some tabbouleh and hummus. We'll do if the Lions win tomorrow, if and when the Lions win, I'll get it set up. If and when the Lions win tomorrow, we'll get the hummus and the tabbouleh, and we'll have a fun celebration podcast afterwards, 8 o'clock. So come here when the Lions win. And if they lose, we'll talk. Oh, you're in Canada? It is, I don't know. People have said it's $4.99. But I think if you're overseas, it is that. Right? You don't have to. I'm just being nice. Some dude dropped 40 memberships this month. I don't know. We've always had this discussion on a couple shows. Mine says $4.99. I don't know where it says $6.99 from. But Steve's been a member, baby, since day one. Dolo Dynamite. But thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support. You can keep dropping super chats. That's awesome. You got, are you Middle Eastern, Mishanuga? Hummus, tabbouleh, baba ganoush, grape leaves. Man, there's no better meal. Keto diet. Thank you so much, humbly, for the multiple super chats. Dalo Dynamite, what's up? I'm excited. The more I talk about it, the more I feel like the Lions are going to be in this game. 33-30 Lions, baby. Shout out to Doughboy Steve, member for 2 months. Spam the emojis. This week for the members, you had access. You knew 24 hours before that things weren't looking good for Kirby Joseph. You heard what he did to me. So you knew that Kirby was in a funk 24 hours before Dan talked about the setback. Members only video, and you get insider news, on-demand videos, and the emojis. Doc, Booner, Hefe. So far, so good. We're nearing 100 members. That's pretty good. And again, I don't take the money. I spread it to Vito, Christian, and Emmett, and it goes right back into investing in the stream. That's tough, man. This offseason is going to be key. He's going to do some things to try and make it better. I think his season's over. I mean, he had a setback, meaning that he has one limited practice and then he doesn't practice the next 2 days. That's tough, man. The problem's going to be, if it's a cartilage situation, can he be able to withstand the pain and have a career? We're going to know this offseason pretty quick. He's going to do as much work as possible. I hope Kirby will be okay. But there's growing concern regarding the rest of this year. If it's because Dan Campbell said it's not going to get better. And we'll see what kind of procedures he'll look into. It's so unfortunate. We don't even get a full 2 years out of Kirby and Brian. Man, that's such bad luck. So those are my keys. Getting back to it. Keys to victory are going to be Amik and DJ Reed got to step up. Hutch has to win. Gibbs has got to take over. You got to get turnovers from Stafford. Those are my 4 big keys. What's your biggest key? Do the Lions got to go toe-to-toe explosive-wise with the Rams? Are you satisfied with Maddox and potentially Hallett back there? Oh, yeah. Get the Baba from Lashish if it's still around. Is Lashish still around here in Metro Detroit? Being a Middle Eastern, I get it often from my parents, from my mom, but I don't. Let's see, Lashish. Is that the one that's on Shaner? Let's see if I hit Sterling Heights. If that's the one. Lashish and Sterling Heights. I've been there quite a bit for the sandwiches. Yeah. Gratiot, Clinton Township, Lashish, Dearborn. Sure. Will do. Get the Baba from Lashish. Baba Ganoush is eggplant. You mix up some eggplant, whip it up deliciously. Oh, my goodness. Hummus, Baba Ganoush. Beautiful side dishes. And tabbouleh and fattoush. Mishanuga, thank you for the many, many super chats, man. That's really, really kind, and it makes it rewarding to spend some time with you guys. And if you're a member, smash the emojis. So those are my keys. What are your keys? Now, here it is. Which Detroit Lions need to step up? Clearly, we talked about the keys. I think it's the defensive line, but the player, this is a Hutch game. If Hutch goes 40, 50 snaps and doesn't do anything, this game could be, a 3-touchdown deficit fast. Hutch has to declare himself. I don't care when your contract is going to kick in. You are the guy. You are the key. You are the game wrecker. We need impact. And you have it all over the field on offense. On defense, right now, it's cute. It's a good story, but we cannot be sitting here logistically, logically, with Al-Quddin Muhammad having more sacks than Aidan. That is wrong. Great for Al-Quddin Muhammad. He's benefiting from having Aidan, but Aidan, step it up. Carry this team. We need more. Not Sharon Moore, but more sacks. See what I did there? We need less sliding into the DMs and more sliding into the quarterback. It's too easy. Sorry. I don't think I'm going to not mention Mr. Moore for a long time. I will say this. He has good taste in his OnlyFans models. He has good taste. And she's not unafraid to share. My goodness, Sharon. Real fast. Just a quick diversion. Sharon's like, I'm going to give you season tickets. He's like, I need you to I need some benefits. Look, I got tickets. Hold on, Bryce. I'm going to give you the adjustment. Hold on. I'm messaging someone. Hold on, Bryce. I'm going to give you the look here in 1 minute. Listen, Bryce, I'm a little busy. I'm talking to these ladies. You don't have to worry about it. We're going to run the ball. Now, this is being facetious and loud and dumb, but could you imagine if he's like, listen, I don't have to really scheme up too many passes. I'm just going to take time to message girls at halftime and just run the ball. Listen, Bryce, we're running the ball. Go away. I'm busy. But coach, aren't we going to talk about what I need to see over the middle? What are you seeing from the safety looks? We're not seeing anything. Run the ball. Go back to your bench. I don't know. Listen, the details of all that is crazy. Is just craziness. Especially, allegedly, if he was doing it during games. Anthony Berardi, 3611, $2 super chat. I'm a diehard Lions fan in the Chicago area. How you feeling there? All the Chicago love. It's a rivalry. Maybe we'll get a chance to meet because if it's a big game, I'm coming to Chicago. I have to. If it's a winner take all, winner gets in the playoffs, loser goes home, I will be in Chicago at Soldier Field. Thank you so much, Anthony B. I'm humbled. You know, I'm glad you're part of our community, man. So Aidan's got to do more, but not Sharon Moore. Now, I have to say this also. If you're me and you have access to Aidan Hutchinson and I'm a state guy, look, I wear this too. He sees it. I don't know if he's ever saw it like in person, but I wear this as a reminder to just be yourself. People don't know like why. This is a Michigan State thing, and I get it at rallies or the rally house. And this is a Tigers one. I wear this into the locker room. If you're me and you got access to Aidan, the regular guy in me just wants to go, so Aidan, Sharon Moore, and just stand there for a minute. That's all I want to do. And just, I wish I could have someone tape it. Just be like, with everyone there and all the cameras. So Aidan, Sharon Moore, thoughts? I just like the unprofessional side would want to do that so bad. Be like, so have you direct messaged Sharon Moore lately? Did he ever direct message you, Aidan? But I won't. I say it here because it's funny in a sense. What are your thoughts about Sharon Moore, Aidan? What is your opinion on what's going on in Michigan? It's better. Are you concerned about the scandal at Michigan? Has it been distracting? So, Aidan, did you know that Sharon Moore was sliding into all these girls' DMs? I don't think I'm going to talk about that. Next. Have you been following what's going on at Michigan? Mishanuga, tether Stafford like Sharon tomorrow. Go green. Yes, you're also a Spartan. See, true Spartans are kind like you. Our Spartan community is strong. Pat Fitzgerald's going to bring them back to respectability. Lesson number 1 to these coaches: stay away from your phones. Keep your pants on. And Michigan and Michigan State, brothers in debauchery. What kind of rivalry is this? I mean, truly, we are brothers in debauchery. Michigan State has the doctor, Dr. N, and they got Dr. Anderson. We got Mel, they got Sharon. What kind of rivalry is this? Michigan cheated. Michigan State doesn't know how to cheat. Michigan State tried to cheat. They paid a guy $10 for a burger. Michigan State tried to cheat and got a worse penalty than Michigan. Brothers in debauchery. Michigan and Michigan State. What kind of college football is this? Wait, so does that mean Sharon Moore is the ultimate trier? He's the ultimate. I mean, Sharon was like everybody. He was equal opportunity. He was messaging everybody. Xavier, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. He was messaging everybody. Everybody and their mama. Broski Bear. Shout out to you. What kind of coach is this? Man, Mishanuga, thank you so much for the super chats. It's like your 8th, 9th one, man. Thank you. It's a record. I'm humbled and honored. Off topic, how do you feel about the Fitz hire? At first, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to feel because I was so worn down this year. I was so shocked that Jonathan Smith failed so bad. I thought he would go, okay, 4 wins last year, whatever it was, and then this year take the next step up to at least to get to the bowl, a bowl game. My standards were so low. I think Fitz can coach, and I like the fact they kept the defensive coordinator. But in the end, in this day and age of college football, I'm happy that, we got our sugar daddy who dropped $400 million. I was like, hello, baby. That opened my eyes up. We got $400 million. I think the Williams family. My God, some guy dropped $400 million. I'm like, man, I'm being lazy. I need to know who these people are that have all this money. I was like, wow, that puts you in the ballgame. Mr. Greg and Mrs. Dawn Williams, shout out to you. Spartan Nation thanks you. I thank you. I'm happy that they got a guy with experience. But to me, okay, and I hope, please, I don't want to come across as this way, but I want the best. Like, I want a Lane Kiffin. I want, a Ryan Day. I want the best guy. I want the best guy. And this is a good hire, but I'm like, as a person, shoot for the stars. I would have fired Jonathan Smith middle of the year and get your name in the sweepstakes for a Franklin. Isn't Franklin better than Fitz, in your opinion? And get to the next levels. Maybe even go to the NFL. Get a young cat. Or just go and say, all right, that dude at Notre Dame is making $10 million. Here's 16. Come to us. Steal somebody. Why is it that Michigan gets Kalen DeBoer and the top of the top names? And this guy was out of football. He'll do a good job, but my God, his offenses were horrible when I watched them. I've seen so many Michigan State Northwestern games at East Lansing, I almost fell asleep at all of them. His offenses were terrible. But he was a defensive-minded coach, gritty. I think he's a Michigan State style coach, but can we bring the offenses for Michigan and Michigan State to 2025 and become elite? That's what I would want. Super chats flying in left and right. Thank you guys. I'm humbled. Humbled. Thank you, Mishanuga. I'll get your next one. Lars Noggin Lions hat for the last 10 minutes for good luck. What is Steve talking about? He put a super chat for a request for the hat. Well, if you don't know, I will tell you a story. You ask and you paid and you shall receive. You asked and you shall receive, baby. All right. Now, let me tell you a story. I was one of the first, if not the first, to own this. How do I know? So here's what happened. When this company, I saw that these hats were surfacing on the internet. When these and guys, if you want this every show, we'll make it a $10 super chat and we'll do it for the last 10 minutes. We'll say maybe 2 or 3 $10 super chats and we'll put them on here. But I ordered it and I said, and I did a self-design. I said, I want this big hat with a Lions logo. They said, John, unfortunately, we don't have a license to sell this. And I said, okay. But they said, we're working on it. So good news. And I said, really? They said, yes, it's going to take about 6 months, but we are actively working with the National Football League to get their logos. I said, put me on the list. And they said, no problem. And so I was on their email list. And as soon as they came out, if you look at my social media, I was one of the first to post it on there because I was one of the first to order it. When they got the lights, I knew as the process was going on when their license kicked in with the NFL. And when they kicked in, they said, Mr. Macaroon, you will have a certified hat for yourself. I said, yes, I'll pay the money. So I was one of the first. How much to take it off? I like it. Mishanuga. $25 super chat, and I will take it off. I love it. What do you guys think? Is this so stupidly ridiculous? Izzo met his wife asking to help mow the lawn of a property they owned, being a good person for MSU, $400 million. Yeah, that relationship with Williams is unbelievable. Isn't that wild? That relationship, you could see Mr. Williams was in almost tears talking about Tom Izzo. I know, right? The journalism world is so proud. The podcast world is so proud that I'll take tips to wear a hat. It's good luck. So give me your score predictions, guys. What do you guys think? No, I got another one too. Oh, wait a minute. Last 5 minutes. You guys know, right? You guys know what's next, right? You think I stopped at 1? Come on. You think I stopped at 1? Come on. I'm flush with success, baby. You think I stopped at 1? Lions 42, Rams 38. Love it. Steve Wilds. Lions win. Keys to wisdom. Lions 40, Rams 37. I love it. Oh, all right. Now it's a free-for-all. We can talk about whatever you want. We did an hour on the Lions. I think the Lions win. I think my prediction tomorrow morning. My official commentary will come out at 7 a.m. along with the others. X the Trim Reaper. Do you know what happened to people who watch Detroit Lions on SI and don't like and subscribe? Do you? You just made the list. I'm Middle Eastern. Hairy all over. You know. is Shama Slayer. 31-31 going into overtime, and the Lions forced their way down the field for a touchdown. I know, right? $400 million, and he didn't even graduate from state. Michinuga. Some guy dropped $400 million and didn't even go to state. Smash the like button for me. Hit the retweet and likes on X. Smash the like button. Thank you for the super chats. Super chats go right to the front of the line. 24-17 lie downs. Nice. You know all the names. Doc, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Duh. Just watched it and posted it on X. Die Hard. I just watched it last Saturday. Yippee-ki-yay, mofos. Yippee-ki-yay, Doc's podcasting. Die Hard, baby. Yeah, I could golf in it. I could do whatever. Wait. You think I stopped at 1? What? You think I stopped at 1? What? So of course, I asked for another one. You think I stopped at 1? Oh, hell no. Choose party, baby. We ride or die. Doc's coming 4 times a week. Oh, you didn't know? I'm a crazy Michigan State fan. Oh, you didn't know? You better tell somebody. I love Michigan State. And here's the thing. I love Michigan State when they wouldn't even credential me. Well, guess what? I'm happy. They credentialed me for Michigan State versus Oakland next Saturday at LCA. I'm going to put on my journalist hat. Maybe they don't see this, but I'm a Spartan. I'm a Spartan dog. I bleed green. I went there. I graduated there. I had the best 4 years of my life there. I grew up. I became a man. I went there like this. I came out like this. I went there like, hey, guys, how you doing? I came out like, hello, 2 weeks. Thank you, God. There were no cell phones back then. Thank you, God. There were no cell phones and technology the way it was. And please forgive me. Please forgive me for I'm a Spartan, but I went to the campus and fell in love with it, and I knew that was for me. I'm a simpleton. I Sharon Moored myself to go to Michigan State. Sorry. I did a comparison. And I felt like East Lansing was better suited for me. $1.99 from Michinuga. Thank you so much for the 10 super chats, man. That's awesome. Don Staley. Destroy that like button. BB that like button, peoples. There is a podcaster wearing 2 different big hats that I own. Oh, you think I stopped there? I also got the chains. Michigan State, the Pistons, Red Wings. I got the fan chains too. It is. The Spartan cap is fire. So shout out to the Spartans. And listen, we got love for Wolverines fans. We just talk shit to you. That's what we do. I bleed green. That's what we do. I bleed green. Yep, tonight, after the next 2 minutes, I'm going to go put on the pre-show. It's John Cena's last match. I'm going to get all involved, get all in my feelings. I shared on X. I was at LCA August 1st, 2021. He did a match with Dom and Rey Mysterio, and they beat the Usos, and they beat Jimmy and Jay and Roman Reigns. and I'm going to be all in my feelings from 8 to 10. The John Cena era is over. Man, he's the man. So that's what I'm going to do this evening. I'm going to detach from football, and I'll peek in if you want a message on some of these comments. But I got about 7 more minutes, probably hour and 15. Listen, you know me. I report on the Detroit Lions. I bring you information. I opine on the Detroit Lions. I do think that this game is key. I probably cannot state that the Lions will get to the playoffs if they lose this game. Because that what? You think I'm going to have confidence that they're going to beat the Bears if they don't beat the Rams? Come on. So humbly, we look at it like this. This is the Lions' first round playoff game. This is their game. And when they now go out there, they got to go toe-to-toe with a team that is going to play a great game. They got Kyron Williams, Blake Corum. You got to, stop the run first and foremost. Aleem and DJ Reader, got to step it up. You got to limit those explosive plays. First of all, what's been wild is just how many explosive plays the Lions defense has given up throughout the year. The Lions defense had a little run, but then just after the Eagles game, it's just been explosive play after explosive play. They are bend, don't break, but they are also dealing with so many injuries. They are dealing with 2 safeties that aren't Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. But they've done an admirable job. Jack Campbell has carried the defense along with, the defensive line, trying their best to be more consistent in getting pressure. The linebackers are carrying the team. Now it's time. It's time where we've had this puzzle with the Lions. It's time to put it all together. Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone and Derek Barnes have to make plays. And the defensive line has to get home. You cannot blitz Matthew Stafford. You got to be creative if you do. But he's lethal. The numbers indicate that this guy's crazy sick against the blitz. Cena is 48. X, the Trim Reaper, acknowledge me. You know what's up. I was at Cobo Hall when Hulk Hogan whooped Kamala's ass. Listen, man, Metro Detroit is a great wrestling community. I'm a big fan of the NWO, as you can see. You know the deal. 313 Thug Living. What linebackers? What are you talking about? You got Jack Campbell, who is leading the inside linebackers in Pro Bowl voting. He had a big turnover against the Cowboys. The man's all over the place. Great in coverage. Alex Anzalone, great in coverage. Derek Barnes, real fast. It kind of brings it full circle where, if you recall, I posted a video of Derek Barnes after he whiffed on sacking Dak Prescott. Well, full circle, he also earned an interception against Dak Prescott. So he deserves credit. And he talked about it a little bit, how the world was wrong for direct messaging him some nasty stuff after the Dak play. He said for 2 years after he whiffed on the Dak, he got nasty messages on DM. So, and then he had a reporter like commenting on it during practice. Well, if we do that, then full circle, what you do is you say he did great. Now, as a reporter who also talks junk, he cannot get tackled by Dak Prescott. My man, D, you got to kind of make a move and get to the end zone. You got to run over Dak Prescott. You whiffed at a chance to clothesline Dak Prescott. You got tackled by Dak Prescott. You can't do that. But when you critique someone, you then say, hey, props to Derek Barnes. He's having a good year and he's earning his contract extension. And he deserves credit for being somebody that can also play on the edge and do some things. Derek Barnes has got to step up. So credit to Derek Barnes. Listen, let's be fair. If y'all were nasty enough to send him a bunch of DMs when he messed up, send him some messages saying, hey, man, shout out to you for being gritty. And your podcast was pretty sweet with Amon Ra. But maybe next time, close the door and not have your kids screaming through it. You know what I mean? Podcast with streaming is funny. I love how they do it like right in the room. It's like, no, Derek, you got to get an office. You got to get a setup. You got to get you got to get a podcast setup. Can't do it with your family watching. So if you were the one that was being mean to Derek on DM, give him his props and shine for when he makes a play. Full circle moment. Now, I wanted to ask him about it. I wanted to do that story, but every day this week, he was in the shower, put on his stuff, and left. So I said hi, but he, was getting to meetings and stuff. So I don't bother the guys. But I wanted to do a full circle like, hey, you had a great moment, but listen, man, stories have been good. We're stories of flush. Mishanuga, $4.99. Doc, I'll accept the big hat. You don't have the matching chain. Please say no. Those are the worst. Oh my God. They're behind me. I won't showcase it. You've earned the right to have them secured, sequestered. They're behind me. I'm a fan. I'm a super fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Detroit sports. Those are cool. I figured at least it was worth a social media picture. And plus, I'm waiting if the Spartans make the Final Four, they get to the championship game, maybe at LCA in 2028 or whenever it is. I will just forego media passes and just go sit in the front row like this with the chains. They're like, who is that tool looking like that? Why not? You only live once. The Tailgate Twins. Now, okay, you guys have earned 5 more minutes. The chat has been amazing. We got 400 people listening in on a Saturday afternoon. 5 more minutes. Any questions you want, any sport, anything, we'll talk about it. Ask Doc. Not mailbag. There's no mail here. Just ask Doc. You want to put it in all caps and it's important, super chats go right to the front of the line. Ask Doc anything. Doc, if you have $1,000, you taking the Rams or the Lions plus 5.5? Lions. I'm a gambler, baby. Plus odds. Lions are getting points. Gamble it up, baby. Phil C., how long does it take to grow a beard, Doc? 2 days. 3 to look kind of like this. I do trim it up a little bit every day. Every little bit. About 3 days. I am full of testosterone, still at 46. Better have on those Jalen Rose shorts, Doc. Let's go. What's the update on the Navy game? Evan Foster. Anzo is good in coverage. Absolutely. Doing his thing. The linebackers. This game, as I was saying, you got to get the complete package. Defense, Amik and DJ both got to step up. Rock you in. Your safeties, Hallett and Avante Maddox. They got to step it up. They got to have this game. Aidan has to give more. Not Sharon Moore has to give Detroit Lions more. Sack the quarterback. Make Matthew Stafford run for his life. Make him think out there. Don't fall for the eye candy. Make him think. Great question, Steve-O, baby. How are the Lions going to beat the Rams when the Lions defense has so many injuries? Hold on tight for that defense. Hold on tight and figure it out on offense. You ride the offense. Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, David Montgomery, fearsome foursome, dominate, and Jared Goff picking apart the Rams defense. Get the ball out quick. Basically, you run the same kind of offense the Rams are doing. Get the ball out quick. Screen game to Gibbs. Underneath stuff to Gibbs. Four words. Go Navy, beat Army. Nice. It's always a great traditional game. Always enjoy checking out the highlights of that game. Phil gets in. Best muscle cars. Chevelle's SS 454s, baby. The old Oldsmobile 442s. But if you want to go classic, you got to go classic Mustang, baby, the boss. Am I right? What do you guys think? Just a good old boy. GTO. Trans Am. I like it. You guys are all over the place today. You guys wanted to have some general conversations. I like it. Check out the Plymouth Barracuda. Good shit. SS 396. JMO. Yeah, maybe they get supposed to play for JMO. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Now you want to talk business? When I was a kid, just ask Doc, get to know Doc. I would go visit family friends. And my mom would be like, okay, John, little boy me, 3 years old, 4 years old. Okay, it's time to leave. I'd be like, no. Like, what do you mean, no? And the guests, I'm still friends with them. They still remind me to this day. They would be like, you would sit on your ass and watch Dukes of Hazzard start to finish. And they said you would not get up. You would sit on your ass and not get up until the end credits rolled and the yeehaw rolled off the tongue of the musician. And when that happened, the show ended. I got up and left. They were like, they tried anything, candy, food. Let's go. We got this to do. Nope. Nope. They said, until you heard yeehaw at the end of the show, you sat there at the TV watching it. I have every episode of the Dukes of Hazzard in my basement. The greatest show, man. It's just the greatest show. And I've watched the series twice through. I think season 1 to season 8. I'm a big fan. One of them, I would say it's up there. Sopranos, Dukes of Hazzard, Entourage, top 3. It switches up. Entourage was just more my style. That was a great show. Entourage, Dukes of Hazzard, Sopranos, top 3. And then, the other stuff, I was a big, as a kid, Different Strokes fan. I loved Wonder Years, Growing Pains. But yeah, good stuff. I really got into also that era of television was really crazy. Good Times. I cried when the dad died. Man, that was not James. I cried. That was some acting. Before we get out of here, Family Ties. I watched that too. What'd you guys watch as kids before we get out of here? We went way different path. I like it. You guys like guys had some yearning for some different talks. That's cool. Sanford and Son, Twin Peaks. Yep. Yep. Everybody watched. I have not crazy about that, Steve. I have not watched the Netflix remake. Uh, that was a whole other run too. Honeymooners. It's nice. We got a bunch of people kind of in my age bracket, kind of talking about the same kind of stuff. Oh, I like your analogy, Steve. Shout out to you. Hopefully, you're having a good Saturday. I will tell you this, John. This is going to be a Rocky versus Tommy gun. Jared Goff is Rocky and Stafford is Tommy. I like it. I like the analogy. Nice. Nice. See, the hat's impressive. The 2 big hats for the second half of the show. He-Man. Yes, Looney Tunes. I did the you guys know I did the Garfield and Friends in the morning, and then 11 o'clock Superstars would come on from WWE. That darn Garfield. Yeah, Michinuga age bracket. We old brother. Right, we're in that unique age bracket where we're just smart enough to do our thing, but not old enough to get in a retirement home yet. No prostate exams just yet for us. Well, it's getting closer, right? Man, you guys are great. This has been one of my favorite groups. This group with Phil, Xavier, Neil Burkholder. We didn't have cable, so that was huge for me. Steve O baby, Steve Wilds, TGI Fridays on ABC. And man, one day we'll tell stories, man. I was into Primetime Live 2020 on Fridays. It was the TGI Fridays, and then prime time, and then 2020 with Barbara Walters, and I'm Hugh Downs. I love that stuff. Xavier, shout out Doc. You're the best. Yeah, we can have a lot of different conversations here on the Lone Wolves podcast. We could talk Lions, Sharon Moore, television, 70s power cars. We can talk a lot about a lot of different things. Thanks for checking in. Thank you guys. Like I said, I always tell you I'm going to do an hour, and I always go like an hour and a half because you guys are the best. The keys to wisdom, Dolo Dynamite. I'm not going to forget you. Come on, Dolo, you're on the list. Michinuga, you're a new MVP. 11-12 super chats is crazy, and that means a lot to me. And who doesn't love the Dukes of Hazzard? I mean, the Dukes of Hazzard. Owen Luke, Daisy Duke. Michinuga, Doc, do you have a real job or is the internet your employer? I have two real jobs. I am a full-time mental health clinician and also a full-time sports writer. I do two things equally as passionately. I love the way in which my time is set up. I do a couple sessions a day. I write a couple stories a day. I do a couple podcasts a day, and my day's done. It's the beautiful thing to have two equal passions, sports and psychology. And in the end, they kind of intertwine. To be successful in psychology has allowed me to be successful in sports, has allowed me to be able to cope with the internet and the way in which people want to debate you and to give you thick skin. Yeah, I'm just meaning no harm. Yeah, you get nasty DMs. Just a regular guy, just a good old podcaster. Neil Burkholder, one question. Is Scooble being traded? Any rumors that you're hearing? Here's what I'm hearing. That Chris Sillage is a cheap son of a gun. He ain't going to pay that. Now, you can't say cheap. What you're saying is he ain't going to pay the man $400 million. What I'm hearing, they're just going to ride it out. He's going to play 2026. And the line right now, they're in the phase of the Tigers are asking for the world, Chico, and everything in it. And these teams are like, bro, we can't give you 4 starters and 5 prospects. The Tigers are like, why not? This is our guy. So Scott Harris is right now asking for the world, Chico. And if it comes down, it may. But I think they just ride out his contract and let him go get the comp pick. And that's that. That's what they're going to do. Gross, isn't it, Neil? Gross. I would trade him. Gross, Neil. How this is handled. It's gross. You got to trade him. Now, it's twofold because when you look at the Tigers, I get offended because I would just, in the grand scheme of things, my brain understands the Tigers operate with a budget. But these fans are so supportive. You're telling me that going up to a $200 million payroll is going to hurt you? You can't figure out a way to support a payroll that's going to help go up? The whole purpose is to charge more money and build a team. But it's offensive to me that you're in a major market like Detroit. You're a billionaire and you're treating this like this is the Lansing Lugnuts. This is the Detroit Tigers in one of the biggest markets in the world. You can afford Tariq Skubal, but I get the value. He's 29. You don't want to pay somebody at 34 that much money. Tariq is looking to bank, but sometimes don't you have to? And look, it's not my money, so it's easy to come out my pocket to say it. But for once, don't you just want to spend on something to show others that you have it? You know what I'm saying, Neil? Like, we got Skubal, and we're going to pay him $40 million at 34 years old for the loyalty, for the fact that he was able to win 2 Cy Youngs and maybe give us 2 good years to win a World Series. And I'm just paying it just to flex. Just to flex and say, I got it. Doesn't that then send the message to, oh, they're serious? But the Lions and the sports teams around here are kind of running, economically. It's smart, but I also like to flex a little bit. Spend some of your money. Spend it. Build this team a winner. And it just, in my Doc and Jock podcast, Adam Straczynski and I said, it doesn't seem like it's aligned right. Like, how are you going to let go of Skubal in 2026 and then expect everybody to think that this team is going to win a World Series? I don't think that if you let Skubal go, you're going to have him next year for 26 and beyond. How do you align that team to win when you expect them to win in 27, 28 without Skubal? It feels like you try to win now with them. How does taking out the best pitcher in the league make you closer to a World Series? So it's just offensive. It's just, this year was offensive. Scott Harris offended everybody with that deadline. He offended me. Mishanuga, a sports psychologist and a Spartan and a great podcaster and a sports fan and nice. They you know what they say? I'm the total package. Accessible, honest, reliable, all those good words. You want to hear a story before I get out of here? Boy, did I pass my test. I had one. Guess who did mine? Dr. Parthanandy. And let me tell you, yeah, it is as advertised. That thing is crazy. I lost 4 pounds. I never felt better. I felt light. I went in there. Best sleep of your life. All clear. 45. Yeah, unfortunately, locally, we all know the story. The tragic story of a local host here. So I said, 45, I'm getting one. And it's so sad. So sad. Nobody should have to go that way at 48 years old. That's so sad. So 45, I got mine. All clear. I woke up and I was in the deep sleep. I woke up and I was a little bit with it, but I was still under it. So I was like, where's my wife? I need my wife. Absolutely. I need my wife. I love her to death. And they're all, the nurses were like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, I was like, I need my wife. Is she here? Oh, she takes care of me. She's the best. She's the love of my life. And my wife was like, oh, that's so cute. And I was like, I'm here. Is she here? Where's my wife? I need my wife. I love her. I love her to death. Where is she? And the nurses were like, he's so sweet. He's so nice. Oh my God. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You know what I mean? Yeah, baby. I was well rewarded, baby. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. I was well rewarded, and well rewarded for the sweet. Listen, we all know what we're. Listen, in the end, the more we talk, you guys are gonna get me in trouble. Sharon Moore just went over the top. Jesus, every lady, my God, Sharon, every lady, like you're making it hard for us out here. Every lady, Jesus Christ, Sharon. Every lady you like, my God. I'm like, making it hard for us, Sharon. We all know we're pigs, but Jesus. Everyone? He's like, I want them all. I want more. I want them all. No, Steve, I'm going to get out of here soon before I put my foot all the way in my mouth. He wants Jerome Moore, wants them all. He's like, they're all for me. Tigers act like they're big lots. What the fudge? I know, right? So yeah, always if you're 45 years old and you're in our group, don't wait. Get it done. It's gnarly, but it's here's my advice. I obviously, was not going to go to the store and hand pick the things to take. I just got the package from them. It tasted great. I ingested it. All the stuff came. It was boom. All the things needed to happen happened. Buy the package from them. I know it's overpriced, but you get it out of your system and you get cleared out. Don't take your health for granted. I asked the nurse when they took me in if I was in the morgue. The anesthesia didn't work. She was freaked out. I know, right, Steve? It's because I'm enjoying the talk. I'm enjoying the conversation. And this is a good group. This is one of my favorite groups. Steve Chimenti, Phil C, X the Trim Reaper, Mishanuga. You're definitely memorable, brother. Please hop in the comments. And if you're not catching me live, hop in the comments. I want to see your comments on all these things. For someone to give 13 super chats in one stream is crazy, and I love it. That clearly indicates a support of the Detroit Lions on SI Lone Wolves podcast. And that means a lot to me. Mishanuga, The Keys to Wisdom, Neil Burkholder, Hassanin Mahdi. Look at that. He knows. Ahmed's dad knows right away. Ahmed's dad, within 12 weeks, knows the story. I hope these goddamn referees can be fair. I added the goddamn part. If there is another new rule that comes about that the Lions have to overcome, good Lord. I mean, you had a coach call a timeout. In the Packers, and it was not a timeout. It was an offsides. Wrong. And then you have to see the Packers coach wink in front of the camera. Keys to Wisdom. Detroit is not a big MLB market. Not big compared to the Yankees and Dodgers, but good enough. $1.99, Mishanuga. It's the super chats, please. Waiting for more. Nice. Yeah, the next one will be tomorrow, 7:30 sharp. When the Lions win, and if they lose, we will be here tomorrow night. Come back. Talk about the game. What happened? What are we thinking? What are we feeling? How do we celebrate? Are we back tomorrow? Are we back? That'll be the key tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun. This was like the fourth one I did this week, was one of my favorites of all time. 98 minutes of fun, support, super chats, hilarity. We went off the board. Cars, television shows, football, colonoscopies. I mean, that has not happened. You guys want to go all over the board? I appreciate it. It's really fun. Thank you for the 425 that stuck with it. Hit the like button for me. Also, too, hit the notification bell. That means when I go live, it hits. But you can go on X at Detroit Podcast. Mishanuga, I do not do a pregame, and here's why. We do content. So we'll have stories starting tomorrow, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10:30, noon, 1:30. So I put up videos and stories all throughout the day before the game. So I do not do a pregame because there's a lot. It's oversaturated. And I'm not going to compete with 20 other streams. Let them do theirs. I want to be in the mix where after the game I can react to it, and my guys on the back end will do the writing. So I write in the morning. Me and my crew put together all the content. And then I take over on the air and they do all the writing on the back end, and there'll be a game story. So we just do content all day. So that's the sports website. And then after, you come in for the best interactive show in media, talking to the people. What a concept. Talk to the people who support you. Talking to you, not at you. What a novel idea. Darn it, I gave away my secret. Talk to the people, not at the people. What a novel idea. I damn reveal you, Phil. I told everybody my secret. But at 7 years in, now they realize, oh, that's how you built your audience. Yeah. I'm a nice human being. I like to talk to the people, not at the people. I'm no better than you guys. Who'da thunk it? Give the people what they want, man. And that's why you guys support me. You guys, listen, the chat and all the readers put me in this job. It wasn't the media. The media doesn't like me. The media probably views me in a light that's probably fair. Yeah, look at this. They're like, what is that? This is journalism. This is what we've devolved to. Hell yeah. You do talk to the people. Best I've seen any host, brother. And that's the best way I can do it. Is that the one thing I think you guys caught on to is I don't pretend to be better than anybody. I'm a regular guy that just busted his ass to prove something to himself. That was it. The teams told me you're an internet guy. That's the story. They said you're an internet guy, you don't belong. And I said, the fuck I do. What the fuck you talking about? I don't belong. Okay. Watch this. And I went to work for no money from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 6 years just doing this every week, but on a podcast and on X. Just talking, interacting, debating, chit-chatting. Just doing this, knowing eventually my time would come. I mean, I knew. I knew podcasts were big. I knew it was going to be media. I knew it was going to be beyond big. I don't even think the right word. I knew it. And so I said, that's me. I'm a podcaster. I accepted it, embraced it, and went to work to say, how do I get myself to become media? Because they don't want me to be media. They don't like this. Now they have to like it because everybody's doing it. Guess what? Newspaper, they got a podcast. All the journalists, they do podcasts. Every single one. Every single one. I sit back and I take pride in that. Every single one. Because of you guys. You guys support the medium because it's a beautiful medium. We talk, you communicate. We talk sports. What a beautiful medium. Now I also can write. I've made myself a better writer. Vito has brought me along to become a better writer. And I think I can eloquently put my words on paper. Thank you guys humbly for your support. Thank you for allowing me to be in the media. Thank you for allowing me to be in your YouTube space. You know, I'm an audio podcaster. You allowed me into your video space, into your YouTube family, the chats overseas is amazing. Michinuga, how's the neck treating you now? I feel good. I've had this big head for a while. Even if you take off the hat, I got a big head, a big ego, right? So I feel good. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Michinuga. I cannot even begin to imagine how I describe that a person super chatted me 13, 14, 15 times in one show. Let's just do it again tomorrow. I'll be here. If you just want to have an X account at Detroit Podcast, I typically will write the time I'm coming on. And if you don't want to hit the notification bell, I typically announce the show an hour or two beforehand, roughly or so. But subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when I'm on. So let's continue to have this conversation. Let's continue to talk Detroit Lions sports and whatever it is you want to talk about. I look forward to it. Guys, John Cena's, have a little thought for me. John Cena's last match, like the end of an era. The end of an era. Habibi, much respect. X the Trim Reaper, that's kind, man. Thank you. You guys make me feel good. That's why I do it. That's why I go 45 minutes longer than I'm supposed to. God bless you guys. God bless you, Habibis. God bless Mr. Hassanin Mahdi, who comes in here. That's the last thing I ever thought was a family member of the Lions, thinking that I would that they would like me. Oh my God, I got to end on this. This will be the last comment, and I'm gonna say it professionally. I'll laugh first. Let me take a sip of I got it. This is great. This is great. Here we go. The comment to end all comments from Hassanin Mahdi 540. Yeah, Habibi, shukran. Michigan coach, he liked the mango. I can't. Because the mango have many kind, and every kind you have to test it. It's like the mango, baby. You just, I mean, every kind, every slice, every kind. I mean, how do I speak after that? Please, I hope you don't view me as unprofessional, but I just like to laugh. I like this side of life. If you're just too anal and you can't laugh at that, then I'm not for you. But I'll read it again. Michigan coach, he's like the mango because mango have many kind, and every kind you have to test it. Signed, Sharon Moore. Peace and love, everybody. God bless you. Have a good night. This one's for the books, man. I love you guys all. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk tomorrow. We will talk tomorrow. Win, lose. Let's have some more fun tomorrow. Everybody sleep well. Enjoy your evenings. Drink up. This has been the Detroit Lions Lone Wolves podcast, made possible thanks to the On SI company. Sports Illustrated is an amazing, amazing partner that allows creators to do whatever they want, that are supportive of those that are passionate about Detroit sports. Support us. You know how. Like the stream, comment. You like it, don't like it. If this green hat offended you for 45 minutes, I'm truly sorry. I'm a diehard Spartan. But I might be a Sharon Moore fan after this, the more I think about it. He likes all the mangoes. All of them. I like them all. Free Sharon. Bye, everybody.